If it wasn't for Mario Tennis, our favorite purple guy would not exist. Purple guy? Is that a reference to Five Nights at Freddy's? No! I'm talking about Waluigi. Yeah, so they literally created Waluigi for this game. His debut in the Mario franchise and as a character is in Mario Tennis for the N64. I mean, who would have thought? So essentially, they created Waluigi to be Wario's doubles partner. And fun fact of the day, they were originally gonna make a character. I think it was gonna be called like Wa Peach or something like that. They were gonna make like a princess, like a Wario princess for Wario to be the doubles partner. I mean, obviously, I can't tell you why they decided to do something differently. I mean, I wasn't there, but instead we got Waluigi. And here's the thing, Waluigi is such an iconic, incredible Mario character, and I know that his presence has pretty much exclusively been in Mario spin-offs, since the dawn of time. But he is just such a fun, lovable, very very sneaky, just a tomfoolishly mischievous kind of guy. And I am so happy that he has a spot in the Mario franchise, because without Waluigi, this franchise would still be awesome, but would be slightly less awesome because, I mean, Waluigi's incredible. And I know everyone says, Waluigi for Smash, where is he? I am that guy. If Waluigi is in the next Smash game, I genuinely might main him. Fun fact of the day, my main is Piranha Plant. And, that's hard, because I really think Piranha Plant's really silly, and I want to use him as well. But if Waluigi was in the game, at the very least, I think I would pick him up as a secondary. But if Piranha Plant's gone and Waluigi's here, I suppose Waluigi could certainly be my main. Oh, by the way, this game has such a just silly, the intro is just so silly and full of life. It's like you're watching a cartoon, essentially. Other than the N64's very polygonal graphics, it feels like I'm watching a silly little cartoon. Like the mischievous bad guys, Wario and Waluigi, just And this is such a cool introduction for Waluigi too. For someone who, was a seasoned Mario fan, buying this game would be the very first time they would ever see Waluigi. And this is a very cool introduction. He's supposed to be, and if they're kind of showing him off in front of Luigi, he's supposed to be Luigi. Brain blast. But yeah, Mario Tennis was released in 2000. And this is definitely in the last couple of years of the N64's lifespan. So I would say, as you can tell by a lot of the interesting characters and, in my opinion, the general polish this game definitely has. I know it's a sports title, but for an N64 game, there's definitely quite a lot of polish here, in my opinion. But at the same time, I know, even the early Nintendo 64 titles, when we're talking, Ocarina of Time still looks incredible for the system, and that was relatively early. But, this is a spin-off title. It's like a sports spin-off title. And there's quite a lot of fun stuff in polish to do. So I would say that maybe you can sort of tell this is one of the later games, especially with a larger roster, because I think in the early stages of the N64, a lot of the spin-offs had tiny rosters. Mario Kart 64's got just this little, I love Mario Kart 64, but it's this little tiny roster. And the original Mario Party, I'm pretty sure there's 6 characters in that game or something. Whereas here, you've got a very nice, bountiful roster. This is actually not the first Mario Tennis game ever. The original one was on the Virtual Boy, but no one played the Virtual Boy, so that kind of flew under the rug. And the sequel in the series, the next one on the N64, and also it came out side by side with a Game Boy Color title, also called Mario Tennis, which is an RPG. It's an RPG about tennis. That is awesome. and Mario's in it. Like, they were absolutely cooking with some of these titles. And I do own it, but I forgot to grab it. So, and I'm kind of lazy, so I'm just not gonna. But, you know, maybe if I ever talk about that one, it would get its own video. You know what I mean? Oh, but no, I mean, look at how silly this is. As you can tell, this just looks like so much fun. There's so much color, there's so much life. Like, oh my gosh. I know there's a couple more things I wanted to say, but I don't know how much I want to talk. I just want to play this, you know? Yeah, so these are technically the second games of the franchise, but some people consider them to be the first because they're definitely the first that people actually played. And from what I can tell, though I don't own a Virtual Boy, so I don't want to comment too much on Mario's Tennis on the Virtual Boy. Yeah, I'm sure many of us can agree that without even playing it, I think we know this one's going to be better. Full color, not in putrid red and black. Big roster. It's on the home console, N64, so you can play with a bunch of friends pretty easily. Doubles is awesome, so, you know, you actually get 4 players in on this. As the N64 has got 4 controller ports. Another fun fact of the day. Out of the consoles from this generation, the N64 was the only big one to natively have 4 controller ports, whereas the PS1 and the Saturn both only have 2. Anyways, yeah, like, this is such a fun title screen. Every character is kind of showing off their personality in one big, like Donkey Kong's like eating his racket. Like, that's just so funny. And then the Wario and Waluigi are like, nah. Like, this is awesome. UI is very fun and colorful as well. Not that the UI matters too much in games, but I will say, this might be a me problem, but I definitely do try to pay attention to how UIs look in games, because there are a lot of games that I think are fun, but they just have very bad, hard to navigate UIs. And I guess my thing, it gets to a certain point to where if the UI is downright, like, actually, like, gets in the way of your gameplay, then I think that's something that's fair to complain about. But I mean, as long as the UI gets the job done, I'm not going to particularly bash it. But sometimes the UI is just bad, in that it kind of just impedes gameplay when it would be easier if it just didn't. But no, fun UI here. Really have no complaints. Stereo's on. Okay, good. Look at this roster. This is so bountiful. And I do know that, how many of these are unlockable? I know these 2 are unlockable. I can't remember if Paratroopa and Boo are unlockable. Again, I haven't played this game in such a long time, so it's kind of hard for me. Okay, so I know these 2 are unlockable. Yeah. This is Donkey Kong Jr.'s, this is essentially his last real appearance in, a modern day Mario game. And this is not modern day at all, you know? This is from 2000. This is 25 years old. He has made some, tiny appearances in, Mario Kart Tour, but he's in, the pixel form on there. So, they haven't really used Donkey Kong Jr. in an incredibly long time. I am very interested as to why they picked him over Diddy, because I know Diddy was so much more popular around this time because he was created in the mid-90s for Donkey Kong Country. And I know that he was pretty big on the N64 as well, with his role in Donkey Kong 64 and Diddy Kong Racing, among others. So I guess I'm just interested as to why they picked Donkey Kong Jr., but it is a very interesting choice, so I'm really happy they included him. And then you have these 4 characters that are from the Mario Tennis Game Boy Color, just RPG. And I take it that, I think these are the player characters, and then maybe these are the pros or something. To tell the truth, I've literally never even played the RPG part. And this cartridge, when I bought this cartridge used, it already had the entire roster unlocked, but before I owned the actual cartridge, I had it as the Wii Virtual Console of the Wii. What's it called? The WiiWare or something. I had this game downloaded on my Wii. I think it still is on there actually. And I'd play it a lot through that. And And I remember unlocking, I believe I unlocked these two. Or yeah, I believe I unlocked these two, but I never did anything about these four. Oh my gosh, I gotta just play the game. Talking too much. I might use DK Jr. I think I could do a little bit of a tournament, singles tournament. Ooh, I'll do Mushroom Cup. Like, again, these are very N64-esque graphics, but there's a surprising amount of polish, in my opinion. It's very colorful, very nice. The graphics are colorful, and that's what's important. Because I know people say a lot of N64 games don't age well graphically. I would argue this one definitely doesn't look the worst. Now, I would definitely prefer the way that Mario Power Tennis, an amazing game by the way, on the GameCube looks, but that's because the GameCube's graphics just hold up so well. Oh my gosh. Gonna have me against Luigi. Look at that guy, look at his stride. Not a problem in the world. Ooh. Yeah, I'm a little bit of a seasoned Mario Tennis guy, as you see. Too easy. I don't know if that's what Donkey Kong Jr. would do, but you know, he's a little guy, so maybe he's got like a high-pitched vocal range. I used to be able to do this better. I used to be able to do that better. Damn, net. There we go. Game, Donkey Kong Jr. And I know, yeah, it changes court, so I gotta play up here now. Which in the newer games, I'm pretty sure when you switch court, the camera switches to your perspective, so in both sets, you're still playing on the bottom portion of the screen. But in these older ones, you would actually just play on the top. And I don't know if I love it, but here's my thing. I don't mind that it is that way, because it definitely makes it so like, hey, it's not so easy to win. You know, you gotta try, you gotta want it, you know, to actually win in Mario Tennis on the Nintendo 64. Match point. Oh, dude. And I'm only using the A button. I know when you press like the B button, you can do like a different shot, and depending on the way you angle the analog stick, it will like sort of tilt the ball in that direction ever so slightly. So the controls here are very nice. I think the controls are very nice here. Ooh, Mario won. Go figure. Mario is awesome. Yoshi won. Wow, Yoshi is also awesome. But also Toad and Boo are awesome. Ooh, Paratroopa. One thing I noticed, they don't use Paratroopa as much now as they used to. Paratroopa was in this. Paratroopa was in Mario Kart Double Dash. Paratroopa was also in, I believe he was in Power Tour. Yes, he was in Power Tour. I hope I'm right about that. I also haven't played Power Tour in so long, so for all I know, I could be wrong. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, ow, dang. See, I don't know the rules of tennis super well. Oh, do I have to? Okay, hold on. I have to stay in the, do I have to stay in the box? Maybe I have to stay in the box? Is that what I was doing wrong? And when I play tennis in real life, which is not all too much, I don't really think I'm abiding by the rules all too much. Okay, I gotta be very careful about my next moves. There we go, deuce, deuce, deuce. It's so funny when his scream gets so high pitched that like my vocal range. It would be funny if I could do the impression, but my vocal range, I don't really think can handle that. It's just a bit much. Oh my gosh. See, that's kind of cheap. Okay, now we're back to deuce. Continue on tournament? Of course I will continue. Never give up. Okay, so Mario. Mario won because he's awesome. And it is the final match. Donkey Kong Jr. with his freaking stride. Nothing's wrong. Alright. Ooh. I like how there's the blue Mario, like freaking roughing the game. I thought that was fun. Because in like old Nintendo sports games, Mario, like on the NES a lot, Mario would like be a cameo appearance as the ref. So in this one, well, what do? It's blue Mario. They got freaking SMG4 up there. That's a good channel. I don't. Again, I haven't watched him in a while, but that was a really fun channel I used to watch back in the day. Those some funny videos, but yeah. Ooh. Game point. Come on, Mario, gonna put up a little bit of a fight, Mario. Ooh, it's so cool building up that little. It's like you can see like the tennis racket starts getting all like electrocuted. Yeah, it starts getting all like electrical and shit. Ooh, game and set. Second set. All right. I remember the championship game is longer. I remember that. Ooh. Oh, see, I'm trying to understand why it keeps getting out. My tennis knowledge is, oh man, my tennis knowledge is not the best. It really never has been. Maybe it has something to do with where I'm standing, or maybe it's where the ball is going. Game point. I like how there's the black and the pink bombs. Little Mario 64 reference there. I really like that mini game that was in Mario 64 DS, like the little like mini game section, where it was you have to sort the bombs by color, and if you F it up, the whole screen just goes, then you lose. That was a really fun mini game. Definitely one of my favorites back in the day. Oh man. Ooh, it's out again. Maybe it's not bouncing. Oh, it's not bouncing. Oh, that makes total sense now. Okay. I'm hitting it too hard and it's not even like bouncing and there we go. So that, okay, I get it now. It's gotta bounce once. If it bounces twice, it's out. Or if it bounces twice, the other player gets a point. Ooh. Okay, so a little anticlimactic there, but we won. I love that little freaking, what was I gonna say? I love that little, okay. That's just so funny to me. So that was a championship. The ceremony. Mushroom Cup. Okay, so that one, that's funny. Too, but you know what I noticed? I always thought that Donkey Kong. Wait a minute. The original Donkey Kong was actually Cranky Kong. So the original Donkey Kong from Donkey Kong in '81 is actually Cranky Kong in the Donkey Kong Country games, and then that Donkey Kong that we play as in that game is either I want to say he was either an all grown up version of Donkey Kong Jr., or B, he's the son of Donkey Kong Jr. So that Donkey Kong holding Donkey Kong Jr., that doesn't canonically make sense. But also, it's like, who cares? That was funny, doesn't really matter. And I know like you can play as Baby Mario and Mario at the same time, so like, I think trying to even make sense of it doesn't really matter because it's a Mario game, you know? Mario games are supposed to be very whimsical and there's not a lot of like, you're not supposed to give it so much, maybe don't give it like really hard thought, you know what I mean? Continue on the tournament? Probably not. Definitely wanted to kind of just go through that. Oh, what are the special games? Ooh. Okay, so these are pretty cool. You've got the special games. Basically, you've just got some like really weird rule sets, like a 5-point game, a 7-point game, a ring tournament. Oh, that's like when you like kind of shoot the ball through the rings, and then demo mode is kind of interesting. You can basically just have two characters play against each other. That is so interesting. I've never tussled with this yet. Let's go in the Donkey Kong courts. It's funny. So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna kind of like, oh, interesting. So you got the Donkey Kong theme playing kind of in the jungle. It's a cool map. And then there's just a really, really N64 era looking Donkey Kong, just like his render just slapped on the freaking court. You know what? I respect it. But no, yeah. Probably not much for me to say. I'm gonna go. What should I do after this? Either A, play more games, or B, do something towards my future. I pick games. All right, I'm out. Bye-bye.